What happens when a country runs out of money? Not just recession. We're talking no cash, no credit, and no way out. In today's video, we're diving into the real stories behind countries that went bankrupt, what caused it, what happened after, and how close other nations might be to facing the same fate. Let's begin. Greece. In 2010, the world watched as Greece, a modern European democracy, stood on the edge of financial collapse. Its debt had spiraled out of control. Why? Years of overspending, borrowing, and fudging budget numbers finally caught up. When the 2008 global crisis hit, investors panicked. The government couldn't pay its bills. The result? Bailouts from the IMF and EU, but with conditions: harsh austerity, pension cuts, sky-high unemployment. The economy shrank nearly 25%, youth unemployment hit 60%, and trust in institutions crumbled. Greece didn't just face an economic crisis, it faced a social breakdown. Sri Lanka. In 2022, Sri Lanka made headlines, for the worst reasons. The country defaulted on its debt for the first time in history. The causes? A mix of poor leadership, tax cuts, tourism collapse from COVID, and sky-high fuel prices due to the Ukraine war. With foreign reserves nearly empty, the country couldn't import fuel, food, or medicine. Citizens flooded the streets. Protesters stormed the presidential palace. Leaders fled the country. The human cost? Massive. But it was years in the making. Argentina. Argentina is a case study in repeating history. It has defaulted on its debt 9 times, including one of the biggest ever in 2001. What's behind the chaos? Decades of inflation, political instability, excessive borrowing, and mistrust in local currency. Every time the government tries to fix the economy, inflation returns, and so does poverty. In 2023, inflation crossed 140%. The peso became nearly worthless. Argentinians started saving in US dollars because they couldn't trust their own money. Lebanon. Lebanon's collapse was slower but just as devastating. Years of corruption, political paralysis, and reliance on remittances created a fragile system. By 2019, the country's banking system imploded. People were locked out of their own savings. The government defaulted in 2020. Then came COVID, then a massive explosion in Beirut. Today, over 80% of the population lives in poverty. Schools are closing, hospitals are under-equipped, and there's no end in sight. So could this happen again? Absolutely. Many countries are dangerously close. Pakistan, Egypt, and Ghana are already knocking on the IMF's door. Signs to watch for? Skyrocketing debt, falling currency value, reliance on imports with no reserves. In today's interconnected world, one country's crisis can quickly ripple across others. When countries go bankrupt, it's not just about numbers. It affects real people with real lives. The lesson? Transparency, accountability, and long-term planning matter. Economic crises don't appear overnight. They build over time. So the real question is, will the next country see it coming, or repeat history? If you found this video insightful, hit like, share it, and subscribe for more global stories that matter. And let us know in the comments, which country do you think is most at risk today? Thanks for watching.